Thank you so much for joining us on Mix It Up, where cultures collide for your viewing entertainment. I am Jamar Lee, and I'm flanked by Sovi and Justin. So before we get started, to make sure you follow us on every social media outlet at mixitup.513. Again, Mix It Up at 513. Now, to kick it off, Sovi, you had something you want to talk about? You mind sharing it with us?
Not at all, man. Not at all. I think this is something that all fathers go through at one point in time. Correct me if I'm wrong, you probably went through it too. But the subject that matters is the disciplining of a child when they get placed in timeout. So the golden rule, from what I looked up on Google, so I'm challenging Google, I'm challenging all the authors of this. The golden rule is that a child should be in timeout for however old they are. So say if they're 2 years old, they should be only in timeout for 2 minutes. 3-year-olds, 3, blah, 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 on and on. My thinking, my rule is you're in timeout till you learn your lesson. That's my thinking. So the incident that happened was my son and my daughter were playing. Son got a little rough. They were on like Hot Wheels or whatever, running around. Started ramming my daughter 3 or 4 times, multiple times, and he saw me look at him, so he knew he was in trouble. So I said, get in timeout. Got in timeout, crying, upset, and everything. Then, because Big Bad Dad put him in timeout. So come up, mom saves him. Mom saves him. Gets him out of timeout, then ends up putting him back in timeout because of this rule. Because he didn't learn his lessons yet.
Because he didn't say sorry.
Exactly.
Okay.
So time goes by. I timed it myself. Took exactly 10 minutes for him to finally say. His form of saying sorry is him giving his sister a kiss. He did that. And I was like, okay, cool, son, you're out. Learned his lesson after 10 minutes. So that's my rule, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other husbands, baby daddies, go through this too, to significant others. But I want to know, am I right? Am I right in challenges in this rule? Like, what was y'all's opinions? What's y'all's experience?
Well, for me, I'm not a father, so I can't attest, to what you guys go through. But at the end of the day, my moral is, your ass is going to sit in the corner until you learn your damn lesson. That's point blank, period. I mean, if you don't get a hold on your children, as soon as possible at an early age, they will run your household. And personally, I've seen quite a few households get ruined by children, which is ridiculous. So yeah.
All right. So my opinion, I'm pretty sure both of you know I don't whip my children. I make them do exercise such as push-ups, sit-ups, wall sits, overhead claps, donkey kicks, whatever.
Donkey punch.
And Sarah, my old lady, she is totally against that. She would much rather send them a timeout or give them little spankings, and I don't think that incorporates a good punishment. When they're in frontline arrest or doing push-ups or wall sits, I talk to them. I can't talk to them while I'm whipping their ass. I mean, I can, but it doesn't get through. And I'd much rather them beat themselves up than me beat them up. So I agree. I said all I had to say. I agree. I don't think a kid should stay in timeout as long as their age justifies, or however they put it. I think that's stupid. I think a kid should stay in punishment until they learn their lessons. So
thank you.
I 100% agree.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, so
we on the road, baby. 1 for 1. Hey.
So pushing forward to the NBA draft. Obviously, Zion went number 1 to the Pelicans. Ja went 2 to Grizzlies, and RJ went 3 to Knicks. So, in your opinion, who are the winners? Who are the losers in this NBA draft this year? Justin, I'm gonna swing it to you first.
First and foremost, I think that Zion isn't going to be the player that everybody thinks he's going to be. Just my opinion. He's more of a flashy guy. He's one of them guys that catches you on film, with the flashy dunks and whatever else he's doing. I mean, he's a great ball player, but as far as having an all-around game, I just don't see it right now. Someone was saying, trying to compare him to LeBron. You just can't. He's a post player at best right now. And the league doesn't really support post players right now. They need, I don't say they need them, but, it's a perimeter game now. And I just don't see his perimeter game right now translating to the league. I mean, he's, like I said, he'll probably be an all-star. He'll probably be a star. I just don't think he'll be like an Anthony Davis or, something like that. I think R.J. Barrett, or the cat that got drafted behind Zion, will have a better career than Zion will.
John Morant.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think they went where they should have went. I don't think there was any surprises in the top three. I think they will all be superstars in the league. If you ask my opinion on who won the draft, I'm not going to go with either of those three organizations. I'm going to go with Atlanta. I think Atlanta won the draft because in the top 10 they got DeAndre Hunter at number 4, and also Cam Reddish, who he has that potential. He's got all the potential in the world. He just got to put it together. Unfortunately, he had Duke playing behind Zion and RJ. He didn't get to show that. He just had to shoot because he was the man with the best stroke of the three.
Yeah.
So that was his position. So if you think about it, they got a young nucleus of those two plus Trae Young. Plus I can't think of what the white guy's name is. He's a dude out of Maryland.
Guy.
I forget what his name is, but dude out of Maryland. He's a guard. And then they also got Josh Collins, I believe his name is. So they got a nice young nucleus, man. I think Atlanta's going to be a problem with them the next couple of years. So look out for them.
I agree with the both of you. Zion is not going to be the stature he was in college. It's NBA and college is totally different transition. I see him trying to develop a shot, but will it take? I totally doubt it. I don't see him being a force to reckon with in the NBA. I do agree with you. I don't think Atlanta was the winner. I have a tie between Pelicans and Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta is a whole outright winner because the Pelicans might get the 4th pick from LA, send them to Atlanta, which would make Atlanta the top winner. However, what they will get in return for that, I think, would allow the Pelicans to actually form a decent team. But we won't know until like 2 or 3 years down the road, right?
Yep.
So I do agree with both of you. However, we won't know until the 3rd year of this draft. I hope.
Can I just add on real quick?
Yeah.
I think RJ was a beast of a pick for New York. New York needed RJ.
But again, we don't know what they're going to put around RJ.
I mean,
that's a good start.
Definitely is.
I 100% agree.
New York, y'all ain't messed up. Made Spike Lee happy.
Yeah.
Spike was happy.
Spike was happy. He was sitting at home.
He was.
All right, so switching gears. Let's go to the favorite subject, everyone's favorite subject, even out there, which is politics.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
So Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
That Mitch ass.
Mitch ass.
Mitch ass Mitch.
Mitch ass Mitch. He went on record saying, quote, now I'm going to read this quote. I do not think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago from whom none of us are currently living are responsible. It's a good idea. He also goes on to say, we tried to deal with our original sins of slavery by fighting a civil war, which is false, passing landmark civil rights legislation, which was false, and elected an African American president, which is kind of iffy. We are always working on progression. So, who did I go with last time? Sobe. What do you think about it? What do you about Mitch ass?
Kind of just like I want this slogan. I want this trending. Hashtag Mitch ass Mitch McConnell. What a terrible statement, man. You were a high politician figure, and for you to make an outright statement like that, kind of following, I guess, the shadows of one of our other I'm not going to say his name, one of our other higher ranked current president, won't say his name. But yeah, I thought that was a horrible statement by him. Totally uncalled for, untrue. And yeah, that's my take on that. I really don't know how to go on from that. That's caught me off guard when I heard it.
I agree with Shaw and saying it was ridiculous. It doesn't surprise me from a political standpoint, only because we're talking about politicians. I mean, they're always talking out the side of their neck. So, with that being said, as far as reparation goes, I don't know if this country will ever give blacks their reparation. I don't know that. As a white man, though, I can say, though, that as, like he said in his statement, he said on the line of, we are not responsible, or the people nowadays are not responsible for slavery. Which, okay, I understand that. At the end of the day, though, we as white people do have I'm trying to think of the word. Not necessarily a commitment, but responsibility to change the course.
You're welcome.
And if you're not going to give reparation, thank you.
Give reparations.
If you're not going to give reparations, which I'm all for that too, but I think we should honestly start with the treatment. You know, with the treatment, you know, you start changing the culture, you start changing the minds and the thought processes of everybody else. But unless we do that, you know, we're not going to get away from the slavery and racial deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like I said, you know, from my standpoint, I feel responsible, you know, and I'm doing what I can to change the narrative.
All right. So, obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone can tell, since I'm a black male, know how I feel about this. I believe reparations should be given. It doesn't have to be in the form of money. But just let me lighten this up for you. Give you a couple facts, and I know we're going to go over on time with this subject, but we'll make it up on the end. So, Mitch McConnell, he urged his fellow Republicans to make President Obama, a one-term president. Now he wants to say that was a form of reparations. I don't think that that's right. You wanted him out of the White House, but then you're going to say he was a reward for... If I believe black people are becoming the majority of the United States of America. So that just troubles me. Now, with that being said, let me give you some things that Senator McConnell was alive for. Now, Senator McConnell was born in 1942. Okay. So, go ahead.
I was just saying, okay, I didn't know that.
So, he first thing that I remember, all this list is just some things that I remember, I can recall off the top of my head. Benign neglect, 1969. Redlining and reverse redlining, coined in 1960, even though it was 30 years past the act. Jim Crow, which went on for years. Sundown laws, which went on for years. Emmett Till lynching in 1955. 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, 1963. War on crime, which put a whole bunch of people in prison or enslaved, as you want to say. I say enslaved, I don't say prison. War on crime, 1965. Displacement Act of Black Families, 1962. Stop and Frisk, 1990, and we still feeling the effects of that. Voting Rights Act, 1965, which was not just for black people, that was also for women and other people of color. The Philadelphia bombing, 1985. Now, I'm also going to tell everyone a couple things that the United States did give reparations for. U.S. to Japanese American, $1.6 billion in 1990, which is accumulated to $3.1 billion today. The people of Alaska Islands, U.S. to them, $5.4 million in 1988, which accumulates to $117 million today. U.S. to eugenesis victims, $30 million in the 1900s, which is accumulated to $914 million today. The Italian families who, if y'all don't know, back in, I think it was the 1800s, the Italian people, 3 to 5 Italian males were lynched in the South. Now, the Italian families received from the U.S. an undisclosed amount. Also, the American government paid the Italian government an undisclosed amount, so we don't know how much that was. Now, here's something that goes along with what Mitch McConnell said, something that the American people did not have anything to do with. U.S. to Holocaust survivors, $6.4 million in 1948, which accumulated today is $68 billion today. So I believe Mitch McConnell needs to think about that before he opens his mouth.
Motherfuckers wonder why we in debt. Hashtag Mitch ass Mitch.
So, moving on to a lighter note. Last week we asked you, the viewers, who was in your top 5.
Yeah.
And we got some response that we want to quote. So, From JAG5, his list is Jay-Z, Andre 3000, Pac, Game, Drake, and his alternate is the old Lil Wayne.
Okay.
From iPhone, Life, old Wayne, old Kanye, Hove or Jay-Z, Drake, and tied with Cole and Kendrick for her top 5. So we're gonna swing it over to Justin. Who are in your top 5, buddy?
Well, my top 5, and this is just strictly on my top 5. My number 1 is let me just start with 5, which would be Clips. And I know that's not just one MC, but I like their music. I've always fucked with their music. I don't know. I mean, are they top 5 MC? Probably not, but I mean, this is my list. So my 4th would be Jay-Z. Obviously the first billionaire black rapper. I got 3 Eminem, 2 is Tupac, and 1 is Nas.
Respectable list.
Yeah. I like that list.
I like that list.
Yeah, I didn't put Tupac at 1 just because like I said, this is my list, and Nas was somebody I grew up listening to, so I could resonate more with him than I could with Tupac, but you could flip-flop either one. I know some lists have Nas and Tupac flip, so. How about you, Shaw?
So my list, I adjust my list by songs that I used to grow up to and get in the car to, vibe with, drink with, go in the club with, do a little motion action, So that was kind of standards for my list. So I'll give you my 1 through 4, and then my 5 was a tie between like 6 people. My bad. I just couldn't come up with them. So starting off, it's Fabulous, Luda, Jeezy, J. Cole, and my ties are Old Wayne, Drake, Kanye, Eminem, and I had to throw Dipset in there just because I love
Dipset. The whole group, Dipset.
The whole group. That's why I said I'm at about 11.
I don't know. 40 Cal is pretty bad, man. He's pretty bad.
Not 40. Yeah, Dipset. I'm not gonna betray you, 40 Cal. You in there, Dipset? Yes.
SAS?
Yeah.
SAS was kind of hard. Now I think about it.
SAS. Of course.
SAS was kind of hard. They did go a little hard. All right. So my top 5 would it consists of. I'm gonna have to go with M as 1, Pac as 2, Meth and Redman as 3 and 4, and then Black Thought. Now, if you want to count Meth and Red as 1, then my list will have to change. So I have to go with M1, Pac 2, Meth and Red as 3, Black Thought as 4, and then what?
Who is Black Thought?
Tariq. He's the dude that raps on what's that show?
I just had to ask because
the one guy I can't think of his name. Not Jimmy Fallon. What's the other one?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel.
No, I guess it is Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
He's the one that came from SNL, right? The one that's
yeah.
He's the one who does. He's part of the Roots.
Okay.
So Black Thought.
Gotcha.
So if we combine Method Man and Redman as 1, my list will have to change to M, Pac, Method Red as 3, Black Thought, and then Black Star, which is Mos Def and Talib Kweli.
I got you.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody can touch my list. I'm just saying.
Can I throw this out there?
What?
I didn't want to say it because this is my first childhood love though was No Limit.
Yeah, agreed.
No Limit.
I agree. I agree.
Great music.
It's the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that's what I started out with.
I agree, dog. I can't argue with that. Actually, No Limit made today's hip hop. So
that's a bold statement.
I
Not disagreeing.
I can't argue with that.
Not disagreeing.
So moving on, Justin Bieber challenges Tom Cruise to a UFC fight on Twitter. And this was totally out of the blue. I don't think anybody suspected it. I don't think anybody can put Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber at one place and time at the same time. I don't know where the hell this came from. And Conor McGregor agreed to try to host or promote the fight. And then he goes out to challenges Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark. So do you guys think it's a serious deal? I think I go with Justin this time. Do you think it's a serious deal?
I don't think it's a serious deal, but I don't know if Wahlberg has said anything yet, but I would have to say out of anybody that's been challenged, he'd be the one to go get someone's ass. Yeah. That's just my opinion, but, I mean, I think it's stupid, but, I mean, I guess whatever gets the internet going.
Who you think would win in the matches?
What, as far as Bieber and Cruz?
Yeah.
I mean, Cruz is slick.
I hope Cruz whoop his ass.
You know, Bieber wants to fake box, So I don't know. Bieber doesn't strike me as being any threat.
Yeah.
McGregor's obviously a UFC fighter, so I mean he's gonna be a threat. But I wouldn't back down. I wouldn't back down off of Wahlberg, man. I
That's
really
what I'm
wouldn't, because he's got a little rough edge to him.
Yeah.
So I would take Cruise, and I'm gonna go with McGregor just because of the UFC background. But yeah, Mark Wahlberg ain't the dude that you want to
But
boss.
if we go into a street fight though, I don't know. Wahlberg might be able to handle his own.
Oh, yeah, I think
Four
Wahlberg-
brothers?
Yeah.
Four brothers.
Oh man, he'd handle his
Oh
own.
yeah, Mark would handle his own in a street fight.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it's serious. I don't think it's serious at all. I think it's probably about 25% serious.
Do y'all remember the celebrity boxing though?
Yeah, the
That's
play
what,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this could make a lot of money.
yeah,
though.
yeah. I
Good
think
publicity
I think it would
stunt.
be ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I think it's just a show.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it's going to take anything to. I think it will take everything. I'm sorry, it'll take everything to get these people into the ring. Just think about the Soulja Boy Chris Brown fight. I mean, that was almost red line, and that still didn't happen.
Yeah.
However, if I had to pick a winner between these two cards, I think I would have to. I think Tom Cruise would win, and I'm just going to pick the upset Mark Wahlberg. Even though he did some racist acting in the past, I still think that he got an edge to him. Like I would have to give it to him. I mean, even I think it would be a good match because both of them have done racist things. So I think the battle of the racists.
Cruise has?
No, McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
So the battle of the racists.
Yeah, battle of the races.
Yeah.
White on white.
Hashtag Mitch ass Mitch.
So moving on to what we think. I can't believe this. I want to get your perspective on it. So the top 20. I think Justin corrected me. Said top 50. Top 50 states for infidelity. Cities for infidelity. Cities for infidelity were released, and until this day, I think that's why I can't get this shit right, because Cincinnati was number 7 above Vegas,
And Atlanta.
And Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it shocked the hell out of me that Cincinnati was the top city for infidelity. So does this surprise you? Obviously, it surprised the hell out of me. But
Don't surprise me at all. I mean, I just from me personally, how I view this city. Obviously, this is an old German town. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with this topic, but it does with the people. The people here are just flat out poor. I used to live in Dallas for a couple months or so, and just the people are night and day. And it starts first and foremost with the people and diversities, and it just. To me, it's a boring ass city. I mean, you got to have a spark in your relationship. We don't have that here. I mean, it's just plain Jane here. It's nothing new. There's nothing fancy. I mean, taking your woman out on dates is the standard here. There's really nothing to do. That's really fun. You got to travel. You got to do things to keep your significant other happy, and it just doesn't surprise me at all.
It comes as a shock as it being so high, and especially like you said, up higher than Vegas, and what there were 4 cities in California too.
Yeah,
that was higher than.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say just for a second, the top 4 states for infidelity was Cleveland made the list as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was California, Texas, New York, and Ohio. Those are your top 4 states for infidelity. They all have multiple cities.
To agree with you, I don't think it comes as a shock because, like you said, Cincinnati's boring as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love the city, but it is boring as shit. But why it doesn't come as a shock? Because there's so many things to do. Also, other I guess sexual releases out in Vegas where it's legitimate for you to do
it. Yeah.
Like they got the bunny ranch and things like that. Like you can go out there and do it and have consent. You're good.
I'm going to take a different stance. It shocked the hell out of me because it's Cincinnati, and
Small city.
For the same reasons why it didn't shock you, it shocked me because it's like everybody knows everybody, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't know that person, you know somebody who does know that person. So I think it's very hard nowadays. I mean, probably like 10, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, you probably could have got away with it in Cincinnati. But nowadays, it's just so hard. I believe it's hard to cheat.
It's hard when people don't care.
Well,
that's the difference. And it's so easy to cheat only because you got social media and all other stuff. And I'm not saying that's just for Cincinnati because it's nationwide. You know, everybody's got social media.
Man, I beg to differ. I have not got a drop in the box saying, "Hey, you look good" from any.
Yeah, but it
I sent that to you the other day.
It could easily go the other way though too. 3.
I'm just
you
saying.
could easily reach out to a female and do the same shit.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? It don't take much.
I beg to differ. I'm pretty sure Chaz, Dylan,
Oh,
old
you had
school,
to do that.
I'm pretty sure either one of y'all got a text saying, a DM saying, "Hey, what's up?" Or I have all my life.
Nope.
Hey.
I love you back. No.
I always say this. Hey,
No.
hey, I always say
No.
this. There's a lot of people that
No.
always have a cum dump on the side. Seriously,
I'm-
and they'll always be there regardless of what the fuck's going on. They don't care.
I wish.
Can we get that hashtag come dump?
Cum dump.
Can we get that? That'd be funny.
I find it. I'm not saying that I go out and look for it because obviously I don't. But
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you call a fat pineapple?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I have no idea, Charles, but you can tell us.
Nope.
A pineapple chunk. Woo!
So on the lawns of pineapple, because I'm so done with y'all. On the subject of pineapples.
Pineapples. Yeah,
After all these years, people are still questioning if pineapples makes your vagina or semen taste good. And I'm surprised that this is still a question after all these years. So I'm reaching out to you guys on your past experience. I'll give mine later. But Sylvie, in your experience, do you think it makes it?
I haven't had a habitual pineapple eater, so I'm not sure. To be honest, I would like this for the viewers that got more experience.
Oh yeah.
To reach out and let me know. Does pineapple work? Do I need to be increasing my pineapple intake? Is it just pineapple juice? Like,
I will elaborate after Justin.
Okay.
So, Justin,
I'm just curious. Like,
Me personally, as long as you wash your ass and inside your thighs, the smell part of it, will be gone. But as far
Get
as
on
the
in that
taste,
mic.
What?
Get on in that mic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
brother.
Anyways.
It's the pineapple juice hitting.
I know where you were this
mean,
weekend.
I don't. There are some people out there that probably could attest, to say that pineapples does make a difference. As long as it don't taste like shit, I don't fucking care. It don't matter to me. Get the goddamn job done. So fuck the taste. It's not gonna taste just like goddamn pineapple. Shit, because if it did, I'd be telling eat them damn pineapples. So, fuck all that.
See,
Man.
so you would be like, eat the pineapples,
Yeah.
right?
Well, if it made that dramatic of a change, but obviously I
thing,
don't.
yeah.
Is it maybe sweeter or whatever? I don't fucking know.
That's
So-
what I heard. Is made it sweeter.
So, in my personal experience, it's not just pineapples; it's all fruit.
Okay.
Even mimosas. So in my experience, it has. But it's not just you eat pineapples and then 5 minutes later we at it.
Right.
It has to be like a
for sure.
morning, couple hours thing.
Yeah.
It does make the vagina taste better. But
does
you
it
do
taste like pineapple?
No, it doesn't taste. It has a little sweeter taste.
Okay.
But it's not just pineapples; it's fruit in general. And I've noticed the same thing with meat and salad.
See, that's what I heard.
So-
Meats make it taste a little,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
still, it still don't matter. Yeah, it still don't matter.
We gonna do it anyway.
Right.
So, not
Handshake-
anyway.
Handshake to that. Can we
Not-
do the handshake to that.
No,
No, we can't do the handshake.
Chunky pineapple.
not. The main thing, ladies, is that you have to wash and you
Yeah,
have to be
wash.
consistent
Yeah.
washing because we're gonna do it anyway. As long as it don't smell like poo poo, we good.
Right.
Remember
No
Wendy's?
poo-poo. Who?
You remember Wendy's? This goes back. This is our past, ladies.
No, that's not rated up. We're not getting anybody incriminated.
I wasn't gonna say any names. I'm just asking.
Nah,
do you remember?
I don't want to remember Wendy's.
No.
So
All right, so we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into another topic at this point because obviously it's gotten off track. We're gonna go.
Pineapples.
With, now for each segment, we're gonna do a state. All 50 states. We're gonna do one state a show. It's the craziest law of each state. And for today's topic, I chose Georgia. Okay. The crazy law of Georgia is you can't eat fried chicken with utensils. So, and someone's actually been arrested for this down there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What
I mean,
the
me
fuck?
personally, I'm not eating my fried chicken with utensils.
Of course
but that's
not,
just me.
yeah.
But I'm sure people do it.
But you can get arrested for that?
You can get arrested for using utensils.
Like, you don't get a ticket, you get arrested.
You get arrested, bro.
Man, fuck that.
So, I mean, the next time
What if
you...
like a piece of meat falls and you gotta like you don't want to use a fork?
Now, this is just down in Georgia.
That's
But you know
crazy.
Georgia's known for their chicken. So,
I think
they're
that was
pretty strict
racist.
about that. Well,
Mitch ass
no,
Mitch.
Hashtag.
this isn't a racist topic. This happens just to be a law, so I have nothing to do with that.
Moving on to Shaw's favorite subject.
Oh, it's that time.
it's that time.
It's that time.
We there.
So do I need to reiterate this, or do we just want to
No,
get to
let's
it?
get to it.
Let's just get to
Actually,
it.
you know what? Since there's some viewers out there who probably don't know what hall pass
Introduce
is,
it.
go ahead.
Introduce it. So the hall pass is a written consent by your significant other for you to have relations, pleasure time,
Sexual.
experiment with pineapples with another individual. You are consented, it's signed, validated, and consented by your significant other to do so. So every week we're going to have a different hall pass. So can I recap the other last 2 weeks
Sure.
on whose ours was?
Mhm.
So mine was Tyra Banks first week, Danielle Fisher second week, Topanga.
Mm-hmm.
Three's yours was
Dominique Chen.
Dominique Chen.
And then
Man, Sarah, was it Sarah? No, Lisa Ann.
Lisa Ann.
Lisa Ann was last week. So Justin was Gabrielle Union.
Gabriel
Union.
Union.
And
And
then
Gabriel Union.
and then Ashanti.
Okay, yeah. We got
So Justin, who you got for this week's?
that. Taraji, let's get them pineapples, man.
Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like them
Woo.
older, man. Them older ladies strike me.
Hey
So.
Gab, Justin turned on you. I'm available though.
Gabriel Union's still there. Y'all just make me change it. So I have to go with a new lady, and today we're going with Taraji, and Taraji is a
Hey.
very fine young lady.
I like it.
Man,
Good one.
honestly, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't really. I'm like Justin. I didn't find anybody that tickled my fancy this weekend. But if I had to pick one, you know what? I'm gonna go unorthodox. I'm going with Michelle Obama.
All right.
I'm going with Michelle.
That's what she eat, pineapples. So mine.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Shaw.
So mine, just because it came across, I watched the episode of Real Husbands of Hollywood. I saw it, I was like, damn, she bad. Bella Gonzalez.
I'm not hip to her.
Bella Gonzalez. Shane Mosley is an old girlfriend.
Shane Mosley.
She get Shane, the boxer.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Shaw just threw us for a loop, as Shaw normally does. Please follow us. Touch my paper. On Mix It Up. .513 on all social networks. I'm fucking done with
shade
everybody.
thrown.
Shots fired. Thank you again. We love you. Peace and blessings. Join us next week on Mix It Up.